attention just for a moment. I want to present one of our 7th grade students, Rocio Cabrera. She would like to share a few words with you guys.
Ms. Dawn and Mr. Dango for all the help they gave me and others through the way. This Wednesday, 6th grade, Red Band and Blue Band participated in the 2026 State Festival. Unfortunately, we only came home with 2 trophies. But though one of the bands didn't get it, it doesn't matter. Because we always tried our best and we came this far. We went through Y'all Fest to district, all the way to state. Every one of us should be proud no matter what. This band was the Red Band. Some of the most smartest and talented kids. They always worked hard no matter what. But Red Band kids, don't let this ruin your moment and ruin this love that you have for band. Today also ends something special. The 8th graders' last performance of middle school. I like to thank all the 8th graders I've met, because they truly made band so much fun. I will miss every one of y'all, especially these 5 particular 8th graders: Callie, Dee, Zakoria, Marini, and Kennedy. I love y'all so much. Like, don't play with us. As a 7th grader going into 8th, me and others will be the role models of J.D. Martin. We will show that the J.D. Martin band is the best it's ever been. After almost 5 years in band, there will always be room to grow. I've been playing the bass clarinet for almost 4 years now, and someone never gave up on me. That name is Mr. Mike Danago. Like, don't play by my best friend. I love you so much, and thank you again for everything. Anyways, enjoy the rest of this concert and have a great evening. Bye, guys!
I promise y'all I did not put her up to that. No, Rocio is just a wonderful kid. I'm humbled, honored, speechless. That being the case, we're gonna get started. This is the Red Band. I have a whole lot to say about them. I'm gonna save that for a little while. They're gonna start off with a piece that they just started working on a couple of weeks ago called Barrage by Robert W. Smith. Pretty exciting. Thank you very much. Our next piece is going to be our march, which is a acclaimed march. Marches were they were originally written to move large groups of people in a timely manner from one place to another, great distances. They were written for the military, things like that. And they have earned themselves a very large place in wind band literature. Very important, in my opinion. It's very important for the kids to learn how to play with march style. And yes, it's a really big deal for me. So this is acclaimed march. Thank you. With our next piece, we're going to slow it down a little bit with a ballad called Midnight Sky. And I tell the kids, these slow ballads, they seem technically easier rhythms and things like that, but they're actually the most challenging pieces because it takes the most musical maturity. And this group has really just grabbed hold to this piece and just made it absolutely beautiful. So this is Midnight Sky. Before we move on to our final selection, I want to recognize a few of our students. We have some outstanding awards to give out to the Red Band. Once again, when I call your name, go ahead and stand up, come to the front so that everybody can stare at you. And take pictures of you so smile pretty. Alrighty then, so we're going to do 7th grade and 8th grade awards for Red Band. So we have our most outstanding 7th grade woodwind goes to Cadence DeVille. Our most outstanding 7th grade brass member, Dominic Davis. And our most outstanding 7th grade percussionist, Hayden Gatewood. Now for our 8th graders, our most outstanding 8th grade woodwind, Miss Jolie Landesh. Our most outstanding 8th grade brass member, Tyler Santos. And our most outstanding 8th grade percussionist, Elias Butts. All of these students exemplify hard work, determination, great attitude. They're just all around the most amazing people, and I'm so happy to have been able to have taught them. So please another huge round of applause for these fine. And if y'all would just indulge me for a moment, I'm gonna get a little sentimental and sappy on you for a second. The Red Band went to District Festival, District Assessment in Morgan City. And I'm not gonna lie, for a while before that, Ms. Dahl and I were wondering whether we were gonna be able to even go to the festival. We weren't sure if it was gonna be the best thing for them to do. Then we went to Y'all Fest, they had a pretty good showing. And then after Y'all Fest, like a switch flipped. And in 2 weeks, they improved. I've never seen a group improve this much in such a short time. Like, they grabbed the whole album, they worked, they practiced, they did everything right. And they went to district assessment and got straight ones. Superior sweepstakes. Unreal. And Ms. Dahl and I, one of our big things as far as our program, one of the core beliefs in our program, well, we have a few, but one of them is what the measure of success is, what success looks like. For all you teachers and administrators, our success criteria. And we stress to the kids, it's not about trophies, it's not about ratings, it's not about this, it's about where you were at the beginning of the school year, where you are now. And I've never been around a group of young people who have improved so much over one school year. A lot of these kids at the beginning of the school year counted themselves out, thought they weren't good enough, thought they didn't measure up, thought that they didn't deserve it, and then they came back and they proved that they deserved everything. There are no words for the amount of gratitude I have for these kids. They taught me so much. They worked, they improved, they never stopped. They had the best attitude, and they showed the world exactly what can be done when you make a plan, you stick to it, you keep chopping wood, and little by little you get better every day. And what you see up here is just, to me, it's amazing. And it's not about me, it's all about them. They did this, these kids. Please give them another round of applause that they deserve. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. We're gonna finish our performance with Bazaar by Randall Sanders. Thank y'all.
I just have one more thing I wanted to recognize. If you are an 8th grader and this is your last concert at J.B. Martin, would you please stand up? All right, y'all can sit down. I also want to reiterate what he said, that I am very, very proud of this group of young ladies and young men, and their growth has, I've been teaching 23 years, and this band has gotten better, faster than any band I've ever taught. And they have such a big heart. They have such good drive, and they're just fun kids. Thank you, parents. You raised some amazing kids.
Once again, ask you to indulge us a few moments so that we can go ahead and transition from the red band to the blue band. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue our concert with our final band. This is our blue band. Before they perform for you tonight, I was asked by a few 8th graders to give some short speeches to tell you a little bit about how they felt about band this year or these past 3 years for them. They read the speeches to me this morning, and I shed a bit of a tear twice. So listen carefully. I hope they speak slowly so that you can understand them, because their words were so thoughtful and so heartfelt, and it's exactly the way Mr. Danigo and I wanted them to feel when they leave us. So I'm going to introduce you to Claire Shuley and Macy Devon.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to take a moment and say something before our final middle school band concert. It's kind of crazy that we're all here tonight. It feels like yesterday we were sitting in those chairs for the first time, not knowing how to hold our instruments, making honestly some very questionable sounds.
But somehow over time, that noise turned into actual songs, and more than that. It turned into something we all shared. Band wasn't just about playing the right notes, because we definitely didn't always do that. It's about the moments in between.
We've had moments where things didn't sound perfect, but we kept going, and that's what made us better. That's what I'll remember most. Not just the music, but the effort, the laughs, and everything
completely falling apart.
But through all of that, we grew, not just as musicians, but as people. Some found confidence here, some found friends we didn't expect, and some found a place where they feel like we belong. And now here we are.
It's weird because it doesn't feel like it should be over yet. Like there should be more time, more rehearsals, more concerts, more chances to sit in this room together and just be us. But I guess that's the thing about moments like this. You don't realize how important they are until they're becoming memories.
I also want to thank Ms. Dahl and Mr. Danigal for their patience and pushing us to improve even when it wasn't easy.
So thank you to our teachers for putting up with us and somehow turning us into an actual band. Thank you to our families for listening to us practice over and over again. And thank you to each other for making this experience something we'll never forget.
And even though this chapter is ending, I hope we don't forget what it felt like to be here together, making music even when it wasn't perfect.
As we move on to high school, I hope we all keep playing, keep improving, and don't forget where we started.
Thank you.
Oh, and my phone was recording every word they said. Didn't mean to do that. But now I have you recorded. Okay, let me say that. Okay, we're going to take a minute to just recognize a few students that I didn't put on the program, and they are talented music students. We have one student that is in talented music presently in the 6th grade. She's in the back, and we forgot to recognize her. I'm sorry, Ashlyn Dupre. If you're in percussion and you're in talented music, can you please wave your hand? I'm sorry, they can't always hear back here because everything's going that way. Last row. If you're in talented music on the last row, please stand up. Stay standing. If you're in talented music, no, please stay standing. If you're in talented music on the 2nd row, please stand up. And finally, if you're in talented music on the front row, please stand up. Okay, you can sit down. We're very proud of these kids. They get a lesson once a week from Miss Casey Forbes, from Miss Sherry Mahler, who's out on maternity leave right now, and also Mr. Mike Townsend, and those are our talented music teachers, and we couldn't do this without them because they really do enhance our program a lot, so we really appreciate them. All right, we're going to start to play a little bit of music for you. We're going to finish off our program with 3 pieces, starting with a piece called Darkland's March. And when I think of Darkland's March, I always think of horses riding into battle in medieval times, that kind of thing. It's a very fun piece. Before we play it, we're going to play a short chorale just to make sure that they can warm up a little because we didn't get a chance to warm up earlier. So just bear with us for one moment, and then we're going to proceed with Darkland's March. Thank y'all for that. The kids really enjoyed playing that march. That's one of their favorites. They really get excited about it. So I have 2 more 8th graders that would like to offer you one more speech about how they felt about their year. And we have Miss Callie Malone and Mary Skiba.
We would like to start off by saying that all the crash outs from Miss Stahl and Mr. Daniel were very much worth it. Looking back, even the stressful rehearsals, the tough moments, and the times we felt overwhelmed all ended up meaning something.
We still remember each year saying we were going to quit the band, but we never did, and we're really glad we stayed. There were moments when we felt frustrated or doubted ourselves, but something always made us come back and keep going.
Band has taught me personally, and I'm sure for many others, that improvement doesn't happen overnight. Even when I thought I wasn't good enough and would compare myself to Mary because she was definitely way better than me and one of my biggest role models, she continued to remind me that I'm just as good as her. I just need the confidence. And over time, I put in the effort that gave me the strength to realize I was capable of more than I thought. Also, a big thanks to my mom and dad who brought me to all my band events even when they didn't want to.
I know me and many of our friends didn't always have the best things to say about band, but we always realized the memories made at the school were all from this band class. Band isn't always just about playing good and winning awards. It's about having fun and making friends. Some of my own closest friends I met in band, like V. Balderas, that I have met at my first parish honor band.
Just because this is our last concert at J.B. Martin doesn't mean it will be our last concert in band. This is just one chapter ending, not our whole story. We're proud of how far we've come, and we are excited to keep growing from here.
We'll always be thankful for the lessons, the music, and the memories that we have made in this band, and especially to our friends who had made all the rehearsals worth going.
Z, Zakoria, aka Z Baby! Kennedy, Brooklyn, Roscoe, and many others. Wait. Also, a huge apology to our band directors because we know we can be a little stressful at points, but I just like to say that having you guys as band directors actually made us want to come to bands.
So tonight, as we play our last notes together, we're not just thinking about the music. We're thinking about everything it took to get here and how much it meant to us. Thank you!
I love these kids. They're crazy. They keep me young. Okay, we're going to move on to our second piece that we're going to play for you. It's a piece called Slain. And Slain is based on an Irish tune. And you might be familiar with the song Be Thou My Vision. And basically that's Slain by Douglas Wagner. He took Slain and created this beautiful arrangement, or Be Thou My Vision, and created a beautiful arrangement. The kids at first didn't really like it because it's very hard to play, because it's very slow, but they learned to love it, and I think they do a beautiful job with it. So we hope you enjoy Slain. I love it when they give me goosebumps. It was nice. All right, we're going to give out a few awards for our blue band this evening. We're going to start off with our 7th grade awards. And again, we'd like you to come to the front when you're recognized and stand in the front. We're going to start off with our Woodwind Band Student of the Year. Is going to be Mr. Evan P.T. Our brass band student of the year is Miss Katie Babin. All right, and finally, our percussion blue band student, 7th grade blue band student of the year is Mr. Rashad Boyle. All right, now let's do our 8th grade band students. We have our woodwind band student of the year is Samantha Michelle. Now Samantha is a flute player, but she's playing French horn tonight. Secondly, we have our brass band student of the year in 8th grade, Miss Leah Uze. And finally, our 8th grade percussion band student of the year is Mr. Jackson Norfleet. We have 2 students that we want to recognize that made the All-State Middle School Honor Band this year, which is a huge accomplishment. We're talking about students that audition all over the state through first round, and then they go to another, their recording goes to another set of judges for second round. And so they get chosen to perform at the LMEA convention in New Orleans each year with a very famous world-known conductor. So it's a wonderful experience for them. They worked very hard to be accepted into this. So our first person we want to recognize is Mr. Evan P.T. They receive a patch for their senior jacket. And then the second person that we want to recognize is Miss Kennedy Miranda.
And before we finish up with our last recognition of the night, I do want to give a shout out to, we have a few special people here that really mean a lot to our program. One is Miss Monica Monti, who's here. Without her, none of this would be possible. She's our band director at Lakewood, and she is amazing. And we also have Mr. Daniel Terrebonne and Mr. A. Giroux, the band directors at Hanville High School here, who are also wonderful. Thank you guys.
Every year we give out one final award to a student who's an 8th grader. It's called the Director's Award. It's called the Director's Award, and this award goes to a student who throughout their 3 years here has accomplished more than we can even talk about tonight. Especially this student. This year, this person has gone above and beyond, not only in band, but in everything she does. And the band has already voted her the next president of the United States. That's how much they love her. And she is so humble, she's sweet, she's helpful, she's just an all-around amazing, amazing student. She's a unicorn. It goes to Miss Kennedy Miranda.
also want to recognize that Mr. G is in the house. Y'all go ahead and give him some applause. All right, y'all ready? Cougar Pride, every day? All right.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. One last round of applause for our students. Before we do this, I need to recognize our 8th graders in Blue Band. Let me go ahead and start with the back. Any percussionist that is an 8th grader. Back row. If you are an 8th grader, please stand up on the back row. Stay standing, please. I think sometimes they forget what grade they're in. Maybe they want to stay with us one more year. That would be great. Okay, second row. If you're an 8th grader, please stand up. And finally, first row. If you're an 8th grader, please stand up. This has been our largest 8th grade class and had been banned in a long time. And it's been very much a pleasure to teach them. Mr. Terrebonne, there's a no return policy. You get them now. But I'll come visit. All right, y'all have a seat. We're going to finish our program with our last piece that we're going to play for you tonight. This piece is called Chant Savage Dance, and it is by Brian Beaumages. And Chant Savage Dance reminds me of New Orleans. It's got a little bit of dance fun. It's also got a little bit of spookiness. It's got a little bit of eeriness to it. I told the kids it's kind of like, there's a ghost, and then all of a sudden you're gonna have a party, and then the ghost comes back. You thought it went away, but it didn't. So that was kind of how I had to explain it to them, and you will kind of hear it in the piece. And we hope you enjoy this last piece. Thank you again for all of you for coming out tonight. We really appreciate your support. Parents, you're the best. I gotta tell you, you all stepped up all year long for us, and we really appreciate it. Every time, last minute. We love you.